Hello and welcome back to Circle City News. I am your host, Kayla Mettert, and today we are discussing the case of Kyrie Brenneman. After 2 years of court hearings and multiple failed insanity pleas,
A Goshen woman is finally being convicted.
with neglect of a dependent and domestic battery of a dependent under 14 years old. Now, this case hits really close to home because a lot of us, knew this woman, went to school with this woman, was friends with this woman. And when it comes to cases like this, you don't think that people are capable of doing what they're being charged with. But that's just not the case at all. A lot of the times, it's the people that we know the most that shock us. In September of 2022, hospital officials had to call the police when an 3-month-old infant was brought in with a brain bleed and seizures. Brenneman and the child's father initially brought the baby in because they noticed blood on her crib and on her changing table. When police finally became involved, the couple concocted a story, basically saying that Brenneman's boyfriend accidentally dropped the baby, and they didn't bring her in until they noticed blood, again, on the changing table and on her crib. That's when hospital officials told police that something more was going on. The infant came in with a skull fracture, seizures, and a brain bleed. Now, obviously, this didn't make sense if the baby was just dropped. It became very obvious that the couple were lying. Upon being investigated further, the father admitted that they lied. He told police that Brenneman shook the baby and dropped the baby because she wouldn't stop crying. After revealing the truth, Brenneman was questioned again, and she admitted to dropping the baby, slapping the baby, and shaking the baby on multiple occasions since the baby had been born 3 months prior. She claimed to have done this because the baby wouldn't stop crying and would keep her awake. It took 2 years for her to finally be charged, which was crazy for us as a community of people who actually knew her, to think that somebody who could do something so heinous could get away with that for so long, to be able to not have to face justice and can just drag out a trial on multiple failed insanity pleas. That is just crazy to me. None of us could ever have imagined that she would be capable of something like this, and as I said earlier, you kind of never are. You never know what people are capable of, and that is just a terrifying thought. And to commit a crime like that against the innocents, no less, that is just, it's one of the most heinous things you can do. Children look up to you. They need you. They need the support. They look to you for protection. And to betray that, it's not okay. She left a statement saying that she realized she did wrong and that she will use the time to think of what she's done and try to become a better person. Her child is going to spend the rest of its life needing medical attention because of the horrible things that she did to her. The justice system actually came through this time. Sorry, this was a really sad story, and I want to thank you for listening. I just feel like a lot of people didn't know about this story, and those who did finally wanted some answers, and I am here to give those answers. And we know there's one less horrible person in the community that can do such heinous things.
She was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Thank you for listening, and if you enjoy hearing true crime stories, stay tuned. And give us a follow at circlecitynews.org. You can follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Thank you for listening, and be safe out there.